Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to see what city in Kentucky would be ideal for a second home. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, George Rose, Danny Kennard, and Cailee Baker.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, so yeah, we've got a fun show today. We're talking about getting a second home in Kentucky. So those that live in Kentucky, you can have more than one home in the state. Certainly plenty of people do that. So we're talking, and for us that are outside of Kentucky, it'll be a second home there. So we got to pick what our favorite place to be, where we'd like to spend plenty of time. Before we get to all that though, I wanted to ask a question to the group. Say a celebrity was wanting to get a second, third, or fifth, or seventh home, whatever it might be, and they were moving in next to you. What or who would you want that celebrity to be? What celebrity would you like to have live next door to you? Again, whether or not you become best friends with that person, I don't know, but they are going to be spending a significant amount of time in that second home. So there's a chance. So you want to think about, somebody that you'd like to be around. You don't want a bad neighbor. You don't want somebody who's just crazy, have crazy party. You may say your favorite rock star, and then you think, well, there'll be a lot of late night parties and trash in their house and may spill over to my house. And so you got to be careful. You got to be careful what you ask for here. What celebrity would you like? Cailee, we'll let you go first. What celebrity would you like to move in next door to you?
It might be hard on my marriage, but probably Justin Timberlake. But if Clint were asked the same question, he would say the same thing and say Shania Twain. So
I thought he was going to say Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
So,
I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, what if he would it be your dream if you see him buy the place next to you? Also, they're putting in a pool. He's digging to put in a pool.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That'd be amazing. I'd of course ask for pool time. But.
Oh, sure. What if he was cool like that? It'd be like, hey, if you see we're home, come on over. If you see we're at the pool, put on the suit and come on over. If you don't have a suit, who cares? We're adults.
Steve, you're going to give me weird dreams tonight. You need
Justin
to stop.
Timberlake. Okay. Justin Timberlake. Didn't know people liked him that way. That's a weird one to me. That's all.
What?
That was a surprise, to say the least.
Yeah,
surprise?
That's a surprise, yeah.
Yeah.
How often have I talked about Justin Timberlake on this show? I'd like Jimmy Fosnot to
talked about
tell
him
me.
before. It's just like,
yeah,
I forget
I
he
didn't
exists.
know that. Yeah, I didn't know either. Pappy G, who would you like to move in next to you?
Riza Balak or Balak. I'm not sure. I can't pronounce her last name.
You might want to work on that if she's your next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Riza Balaks. I don't know who that is.
Who the fuck is that?
Winona Ryder.
Oh,
you know who that is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we'll go with Winona then.
All right.
Are you you're changing who it was?
I mean, if I could change, I'd go with Snoop Dogg because I mean, unlimited fly.
Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Danny, who would be yours? Sally Struthers? We go for an old star.
No, I'd go for Reba.
Oh, Right.
Of
McIntyre.
all the stars, yeah, anybody in the world, anybody living. Danny goes with Reba McIntyre. That'd be
Yeah,
Reba.
she's cool.
wow. All right, Becca. How about you? Who would you like to move in next door to you?
Me.
After careful consideration, because I feel like I could maybe become friends with this person, and then they could help me with my own house and like teach me some recipes and like help, like not help with the yard work, but be like,
Gordon
this would be a
Ramsay?
good idea. No, because I don't need him to be mean to me.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, Martha would be
So,
cool.
well,
That-
let's
she would be the best neighbor.
Snoop Dogg
Because
and
she's
her-
like having cool like dinner parties and like little block party and have friends over, and then she can like teach me some stuff, and it would be like my mom is kind of here almost.
Right.
She would show me cool things, and I'd be like, "Hey, Martha, what's up?" So like our landscaping, we've got 6 foot tall weeds in the yard right now. What do you think we should do? And
Right.
she could give us some tips and tricks about what we should do with the landscaping.
And Martha has a lot of like house parties and stuff like that. I mean, if you see the people showing up, setting up for that, I'm clearing my schedule. 'Cause I'm gonna be
Martha
invited
likes to
over.
fucking party.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
she's best
Have
friends
you
with
seen her
Snoop Dogg.
massive margaritas that she makes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Martha's cool.
She's like, here's my margarita, and it's like this
Yeah.
massive fucking like. I want some Martha Stewart margaritas.
oh yeah. I'm a big fan.
So
of
we
her.
just need a block party. It's going to be the Bakers, the Neelys, Snoop Dogg, and Martha Stewart all in the same block.
It'd be fantastic,
Oh, you see how quickly she kicked Justin Timberlake to the curb?
right? She couldn't
Yeah.
even right when she
Wow.
realized that
If
Snoop
I'm
is
gonna
an
have the
option. She said,
combo-
"Okay."
If I'm
Yeah.
gonna have
Snoop
the
is also a
combo-
good landscaper, by the way. He likes to tend to a garden.
Yeah, he does like the
Yes, he
garden,
does.
so he's a green thumb, as they say. Yeah, I would have to say, I mean, the obvious one, of course, Kate Upton. I mean, Kate Upton,
The,
a great neighbor.
the
We'd be hanging out.
obvious.
Kate Upton and I would be hanging out. Well,
Yeah,
it'd be all-
I'm surprised. Is her picture hidden behind you now, Steve? Did you hide
yeah, there's.
Did you
yeah.
hide the Kate Upton picture behind you?
Yeah, we had a listener give me a Kate Upton, like a life-size photo that I used to have hanging up back there, but it was awkward. I didn't want that to begin with.
You had it literally
Well,
right
I didn't. Well, I was
behind
being
you.
polite. I was being
For
polite. I
years.
wasn't checking. Well, I mean, I had to.
For years, you had
I
it
was being
directly
polite.
behind you. You could have put it anywhere else where no one would ever see that Kate Upton is
I was
standing behind
being
you.
polite to the person who's
They
listening
can't
to
see.
this show.
This
now and
isn't
hearing
a
it.
visual show.
Yeah, but they know it's actually people talked about it. So that person, while never participated in the show, was a listener, and then would be like, "Oh, okay, he's got to tag it up. It's cool. It's good." Yeah,
That's,
I don't know.
that is
actually-
quite the excuse, Steve.
I don't know where it's at now. I took it down and I still have it. I'm
Yeah.
sure. But,
I have quote unquote no idea where that life-size picture of Kate Upton is.
I've
No
lost
clue
Kate.
where I put that.
I have no clue where Kate's at right now. She's wandering around the house. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe the warden threw it away. She got angry. So, that would be cool hanging out with Kate Upton, right? I mean, she's
I know nothing about her other than she
Right.
likes to like bounce around in a bikini.
Okay, fine.
It seems like I don't know why that's a bad thing.
It sounds like a good friend. I don't know.
Steve's about it. I mean, I guess that all checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be quite the party. We've got Reba there.
Reba.
We,
Of all people, Reba.
we've
Winona
got
Ryder.
Winona Ryder there.
She's stealing your stuff, by the way. Yeah, she's
Winona is stealing everything because that's just her
because she
MO.
got caught shoplifting.
At least,
one time,
I mean,
right?
actually,
yeah.
I've got, we've got some felons there. Actually, I've got Martha Stewart. She'll
She
embezzle
got
some
railroaded.
funds.
Though. That was bullshit. When she got thrown in, of all people, come on.
Who
How
throws
often does that
Martha
shit-
Stewart in jail?
I know.
Come on.
Yeah.
She's such a sweet lady.
I know.
She's
I didn't like that when that happened. So
She's
yeah.
fantastic.
All right, gang. Well, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Becca. Becca hasn't started. Let's start with her.
I'm gonna drink. Let's see here. I pulled some samples out the other day. I got barrel 606. I personally think that this has a lot of this from Neely Vevan Distillery. I think it tastes like root beer or Dr. Pepper. So this will probably be our next single barrel in the shop, and it's going to be called Soda Shop.
Soda Shop.
But it's
Okay.
a sample, and it's very soda forward.
Okay. That's cool. That sounds good. No cork pop there. Obviously a sample, so nothing like that. We just picked one, and it's called Royce Be Cream. So yeah, it's,
Royce Be Cream.
Royce Be Cream.
I love it.
Yeah, donut forward. It was donut forward. We paired it with donuts today, by the way, in the shop, and people loved it. Yeah,
I love
they
it.
signing up to get a bottle. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, George, you're next. Are you drinking this time, or are you still on lemonade?
I'm still on the Pop Casey and lemonade.
Mm-hmm. All right, Cailee.
Well, I also have some Neely family. I've got the Honeysuckle Rose.
Okay.
It's a very pretty well loved bottle. I try to take it easy so I don't have to go to Sparta all the time, but because I prefer to bottle my own. It's fun. Anyways, here we go.
Okay. Decent.
Killer.
It could be enough. We'll see. I'll go next. I've got Green River here. We talked about that bottle. I grabbed it. Good luck to me. I got the horseshoe there, so good luck. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Whoa.
Good.
Everybody all right? I think that's the lead. That's
No,
you don't think so?
nope.
Becca's saying yes. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought that I liked Kaylee's, but Steve
right.
sounded pretty good.
Let's
And
go
apparently,
to
it must sound
Danny.
even fucking better in Steve's house. So I'm sure he's
Right.
the winner
Right.
regardless.
No, let's go. I said we'll go to Danny. Danny, we'll let you decide. Who has the lead, Cailee or me?
I'd say Cailee.
Okay. As wrong as we think that decision is,
Uh-huh.
because we allowed him to make that decision, we have to live with it. So, yeah, there's nothing we can do there. So there's no
Right.
appeals process. It ends there. So Danny said Cailee. Cailee is the lead.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Me, I'm going to have some of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batch B522.
So great because Danny's wife doesn't drink, but she knows about all the batches of which ones are the good. She's the most educated bourbon person who doesn't drink bourbon. All right, go ahead, Danny. No, nothing there. Nothing there. That was weak.
Well, according to
Ca-
Danny, then Kaylee won.
Yeah,
Yep.
according to we'll just say according to Danny, Cailee wins. So
Yes. Cheers, Cailee. Congratulations.
Thanks.
please send Danny a check. So there you go. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the most desirable city to have a second home in Kentucky. We'll do that in just a few. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
I'm Davey Waltz,
And I'm Adina.
and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to discover which city in Kentucky you'd want a second home in.
Yes, we are. So the contenders are as follows: Louisville, Frankfort, Lawrenceburg, Bardstown, Sparta, Lexington, Bowling Green, and Shelbyville. The matchups will look like this: Frankfort will take on Lawrenceburg, Louisville will take on Shelbyville, Bardstown takes on Sparta, and finally Lexington versus Bowling Green. Round number one. George, you are first. Frankfort or Lawrenceburg, where would you like to have a second home?
And I lived in Frankfurt and it sucked. So I'm gonna have to go with Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg, okay. Yeah, you got Wild Turkey and Four Roses there. That ain't bad. That's a pretty good start. All right. So Lawrenceburg goes up 1-0. Cailee, what do you think? Lawrenceburg or Frankfurt?
I'm gonna go with Frankfurt. I feel like it has a lot to offer.
Frankfurt has tied it up. Danny, what do you think? Frankfurt or Lawrenceburg?
Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, Mr. Wild Turkey. Stalking people there. Yeah. Hoping he lives by Jimmy Russell. Imagine if the house next door to Jimmy Russell opened up.
Yep.
Danny would be. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So, yep. So Lawrenceburg is suddenly up 2-1 over Frankfurt. Miss Beka Sue, what do you think?
I am going to close this one out and also go with Lawrenceburg.
That means Lawrenceburg does move on. All right. Next up is Louisville versus Shelbyville. Shelbyville, if you don't know, is on Highway 64, right between Lexington and Louisville, I'd say. And we all know where Louisville is. It's the big city in Kentucky. All right. Up first is going to be Cailee, Louisville or Shelbyville.
I'm gonna go with Louisville. I really enjoy it there, although I feel like my husband would say no because of all the politics and scary stuff that happens over there. But I like Louisville. It's a fun town.
It's a big, small city, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, you're next. Louisville or Shelbyville?
I've stayed in Shelbyville in the hotel, so I liked it. So that's where I'm going to go.
Shelbyville has tied it up. Miss Beka Sue, Shelbyville or Louisville?
I'm gonna go with. This is a hard one. I'm gonna go with Louisville on this one.
Louisville. All right, Louisville. Let's see here, is up 2-1 over Shelbyville, and I'm going to close this thing out. Louisville's a great city. It's got a great food scene and all that. A lot of things to do. It can be a bit crowded. Parking can be a problem, and there are some big city issues. But overall, it's a great city, one of America's greatest cities. And for a big city, it's so hard to believe how integrated bourbon is to it. You go to their downtown, and there's distilleries you can go to and stuff. It's cool. It's a neat place. So I'll go Louisville. Next up, round number 3 is Bardstown versus Sparta. Bardstown. This is tough. This is my two favorites. Going off. They're squaring off. Danny, what do you think? Bardstown or Sparta?
I'm going to go Sparta.
Sparta goes up 1-0. Miss Beka
So I'll
Sue.
go hang out with Neely's.
Yeah.
I can't pick Sparta because I live here, so I'm going to go Bardstown if we're going to get a
Bardstown.
second home. So
Right.
I would go with
True, yeah.
Bardstown.
Bardstown. Boy, I love Bardstown. I hate the fact I'm going to be voting against it in a second here. I mean, it's such a great little small town, and it's so neat that so many distillery people live there. You might run into Denny Potter or Freddie No at the grocery store. That's cool. But and the draw to Sparta is just the Neelys for me and their distillery. But that's family to me, really. We laugh. I talk about that a lot in the classes. That would I be where I'm at today without the Neelys? Probably not. I don't know. Hopefully, I've contributed to some of their success too. We've had a great relationship. And because I'm so close to them, it's supersedes anything else. I think I'm going to be a Sparta guy throughout this whole thing. So Sparta gets my vote. Means Sparta's up 2-1. George, what do you think? Sparta or Bardstown?
Sparta.
Sparta moves on. All right. Next up is Lexington versus Bowling Green. Round number 4, Lexington versus Bowling Green. Miss Beka Sue, you're first.
I'm gonna go with Lexington on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one here, not my favorites out of the list for sure. I mean, Lexington is like it almost as good. It's they're trying hard. There's some cool bourbon stuff there. There's just enough cool bourbon stuff. I do like the distillery district for sure, and there is a pretty good restaurant scene there. I will go Lexington. Lexington will get my vote. So Lexington has gone up 2-0. George, what do you think? Lexington or Bowling Green?
Lexington.
Lexington moves on. All right. Next up is our final 4, where Lawrenceburg versus Louisville and Sparta versus Lexington. Round number 5, excuse me. I'm going to be first. Lawrenceburg or Louisville? It'd be neat to be by Wild Turkey and Four Roses, especially on drop days. Just shoot over there. But Louisville, because it's a second home situation, I think I could get the best of Louisville by having a second home there. A first home, I wouldn't want to live in Louisville. Too congested, too crowded. But for just a second home where I could pick out the cool things that are going on, I have a home base. I think that sounds pretty cool. So I'll go Louisville. So that gets my vote. It's up 1-0. George, what do you think? Lawrenceburg or Louisville?
Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg has tied it up. Cailee, Lawrenceburg or Louisville?
I'm going to go with Louisville. I love that town.
Louisville is up 2-1. Danny, what do you think? Lawrenceburg or Louisville?
Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg has tied it up once again. So we're at 2-2. That means we go to our tiebreaker. It's Miss Beka Sue. What do you think, Lawrenceburg or Louisville?
If we're going second home here, I mean, we like to go down to Louisville a lot. And like we go down and play cards and all those different things.
Right. Wouldn't it be great not to, have to do a 45-minute drive afterwards? Yeah.
It'd be nice to either not drive home or to not stay in a hotel. So it's Louisville all the way for us.
All right. Louisville will be in our finale. All right. Next up is Spartaville. I just made up a new one. So that's a new town that just has come to Kentucky. Sparta versus Lexington. Round number 6, George, you're first. Sparta or Lexington?
Sparta.
Sparta goes up 1-0. Cailee.
Yeah, I think that we would have too much fun with the Neelys. I'm going to have to go with Sparta as well.
I'm not sure this is good for the Neelys if we all start moving in there. They still have a job to do.
I'm just happy you guys won't be staying in my house. This is fantastic.
All right, Danny, you're next. Sparta's up 2-0 over Lexington. What do you think? Sparta moves on. All right, our finale looks like this. Louisville versus Sparta. Sparta's been steamrolling, but Louisville has a lot to offer. Danny, you're going to be first. What do you think, Louisville or Sparta?
Sparta.
Sparta goes up 1-0. Beka, second home in Sparta?
I live here. I have to go with Louisville because I already fucking live here. Also, so the listeners know, Sparta is also in a very prime location. We are 35 minutes from Cincinnati, like northern Kentucky. We're an hour-ish from 45 minutes, an hour from Louisville. We're an hour and 15 minutes from Lexington. So this is not just the middle of nowhere. It's the middle of nowhere with everything around it.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Fair enough. All right. I'm next. I'm definitely going Sparta. Sparta goes up 2-1. George, Louisville, Kentucky or Sparta, Kentucky?
Can't stand Louisville. Sparta.
Sparta is our champion. How about that? Sparta, Kentucky.
Hell yeah.
And I don't think our group's lying about that. I it'll be interesting to see. A lot of people are talking about second homes and stuff like that, or some of them, like me, are getting near retirement age in our crew, and they're talking about they'd like to either have a primary or secondary home in Kentucky. Do they start ending up in Sparta? Well, could be.
Well, if they will just
here, Steve.
If they will just buy the campground that's next to them, I can start doing that right now.
Oh, that'll be good. That sounds wonderful, doesn't it, Beka?
Uh-huh.
Danny out in his underwear.
Right.
You got customers coming in. There's Danny right across the road.
I guess we're knocking that off the list. Do not buy the campground next to us. Whatever we do not buy the campground.
It's really tempting. Ooh, that sounds good. We could have Danny there right now.
Remember Christmas Vacation with the guy out there pumping his
shitter's
full.
Danny's Uncle Eddie.
There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt.
Microwave goes on and I piss my pants.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. George, we're going to be starting with you. Where can people find you?
Ask Pappy G on Facebook, Pappy G in Kentucky on Instagram, and Pappy G67 on TikTok.
All right, Cailee.
You can find me at either one of Leatherwood Distillery's locations. The new one opens on July 29th. Come and see me all day there. And follow me on Instagram at Cailee O. Baker or at the Bourbon Bakers.
All right, Danny.
You can find me at Danny Kennard on Facebook.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram and in Sparta, Kentucky at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website's abvnetwork.com. Please check it out because everything that we do is out there. Again, abvnetwork.com. We ask that you check us out at the ABV Barrel Shop by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. We'd love to see you come into the store, check out some of our barrel picks. That would be awesome. And of course, you can find me very soon living in Sparta, Kentucky. Ms. Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience that you don't want to buy land here in Sparta, Kentucky. You don't want to live by the Neelys. We shoot a lot of guns off here. But I'd also like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.